Because what we want to do today, if you don't know those 7 golden rules, maybe I'm going to go through it very fast. Very, very fast. Just let me share my screen, my PowerPoint slide. So these golden rules, let me start recording. Okay, I think I started. Yeah, I started recording. So we did 7 golden rules of data. Unfortunately, I think majority of us here now are not here yesterday. So just one second, let me share my screen. 7 golden rules of data. So if you remember, we were working on historical sales analysis, right? The very first data we were working with. Guys, can you remember? So that data is in real life. You are not going to see data as clean as that, though. Guys, all ladies and gentlemen, I even have ladies here. So in real life, you understand what I mean by real life?
Yes.
You are not going to have very clean data like that. So in today's class, we want to work with one of those kind of data you are going to be working with in real life. The problem is that those people that do work, you know, there are some roles, they just do data entry roles. Most of the time, they don't work with an analyst. They just do data entry the way they like. Meanwhile, they are entering that data in the wrong way. That is going to make it difficult for the analyst to do what? To analyze effectively. You understand? So if eventually a data analyst, eventually one of the, let me say, unproductive work, sometimes of a data analyst, I won't say unproductive. You are not really seeing is data entry, but they don't give data analysts that out of everything you know how to do, how can you be doing data entry? But the result is that data analysts, we have to do more work at the end of the day because of it. So this is a very clean data. You understand? So anytime you are having work and you see a data like this, you're happy, everybody is happy. In the click of a button, you can finish analysis in 30 minutes. But sometimes you are going to be working with dirty data. Can you see my screen on dirty data? Yeah.
Yes.
So you are going to be working with a data that looks like this. There are several reasons a data can be dirty. I think I talked about one of it last time when we work with test functions. When the date was written in a very funny way, a data can be dirty in that aspect. But a data is mostly dirty in terms of its structure. You understand? You know, if you have a sitting room now, you have a sitting room. As people that have kids already, you know the number of times you arrange your sitting room. It's not that the kids have scattered it and put biscuit on the floor sometimes. So they have just placed one thing where it's not supposed to be. It has been disorganized. So once that sitting room is disorganized, you are going to say that sitting room is dirty. That's what people say. Even though you might not need to sweep it, but that sitting room will be considered dirty. Why is everything disorganized like this? So in the data balance too, when you have your data that is incorrectly structured in terms of format, in terms of arrangement, then that data too can be said to be what? Dirty. Are we together? In that case, you are going to need to what? To transform that data. You are going to need to clean or process that data. Remember in the very first slide that I showed you, key roles of a data analyst, we wrote processing, modeling, visualization. Can you remember? Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So this data now, can you see? It wants to look like a border. This is a dirty border. This data I'm showing you now. It is a dirty border of this data. So this is the neat brother now, or this is the sister that is neat. I believe you can see my screen, and this is the brother. So we want to transform the dirty brother now to look like what? The neat sister. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
But
Yes.
what are those things that will allow us to know what we want to do? Those things, they are fundamental principles. I believe you can see my PowerPoint slide, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The fundamental rule is that you have to have one row of headings. Each column must have a descriptive heading typed out in the first row. So a clean data doesn't have two rows. So you understand what I mean? So some people are going to have data like this. I don't want to talk too much because we've done this yesterday. So it should have one row of headings. The second one is no empty rows, which means that when you have that data, there should be no empty rows at all in the middle. This one now, let's assume we have a data like this and I do Control-Shift plus entire row. Can you see row 11, guys, in this data now? Can you see that it's empty? So you should not have something like this. There should be no empty row. Control-Z, Control-Z. So just like, once there can't be empty row, you don't also want to have what? Empty column. So if you have a data like this too, can you see now, column C, it is what? Empty. There should be no what? Empty column too. So whenever you have a case like this, you need to resolve it. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys?
Yes.
You need to resolve it by removing that empty row because it doesn't give you any information. It doesn't add any value to your data. Then there should be no, we have talked about this, there should be no obstruction around your data. So sometimes some people can put obstruction. Some people can do like this. People write data in a very funny way. Very funny way of writing data. Look, they will do like this now. Let's just say, it's just an example. They will do something like this, or let me just do it like this. Control-Shift plus entire row. So let's assume this set of data now is for a particular year. They will now come here. They say 2020. They will write May 2020. They will even design it. They will design it and do something like this and match column. Where is match and center? You can see now. They'll come down again. It's just an example. So this is an obstruction. It doesn't belong to a row. It doesn't belong to a column. Yoruba people will say it doesn't have colorico nero. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you should not there should be no obstruction. So there can be several ways obstruction can be in your data. So I just give an example. So once you see it, it's an obstruction. A motor vehicle can be an obstruction on the road, right? Guys, when you are driving on the road, a motor vehicle, that motor vehicle too is also what's the English now? It's also part of legal users of the road. But the fact at a particular period of time, a motor vehicle can be an obstruction on the road. What I'm trying to say is that you can have an obstruction sometimes in your data that will also be part of that data. The only problem is that is an obstruction because it has been put where it's not supposed to be. Then at that time, that data, it doesn't mean that you are going to delete it. You are only going to put it at its rightful place. But if it is a stone or a log of wood that is on the road, we already know what we are going to do to that. What do? We remove. So in essence, when there is an obstruction in a data, it's not every time that you have to remove. Sometimes you just need to put it where it belongs. Sometimes you need to remove. So it is case by case study. There is no syllabus and there's no curriculum for cleaning data. The only syllabus that I have is these are the rules that exist. And this is what I want to achieve at the end of the day. You understand what I'm trying to say? Then it is now left to you as an analyst to look at what is the most efficient way to arrive at this goal. So it doesn't concern anybody how you did it. But as an analyst, you want to save time, right? You don't want to use your whole time to be cleaning data. So you need to look at what efficient method can you use to what? To clean the data. You get what I'm trying to say right now? Yeah.
Yes.
So all dates must be in a single column. In fact, Sandra should be in this class. I remember she asked a question in particular day in a group, like 2 weeks ago. So all dates must be in a single column. Sometimes some people are going to have data like this. Let me just show you. 2010. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we talk about dates, it might not be a full date, and it might be a full date. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it can be month alone, it can be year alone, it can be, but anything that represents time or date, they must be in a single column. So Modupe, we have Olajumoke and okay. Who else we have in class? So you understand now? So some people are going to have a data like this. Whenever you have a data like this, it is in the wrong structure. I believe Modupe would have seen several kinds of data that looks like this. Am I correct?
Yes, and I've experienced it personally.
So this is a wrong structure of data. You understand? So whenever anybody sends a form to you in Excel, you understand, sometimes you work in organization, they just have to complete some parts that concerns you. And it is structured like this. Send it back to them. Please make the structure of the data to look like this. Thank you. That is what you have to do. The correct structure should be something like this. It should be, so you now have some, let me just do something like this, equal to round 1 to, so let's assume it's the sales, what's happening? Equals to round. Okay. So we have some sales now. You understand? So this is not the efficient way to work. The efficient way to work is this, is to have name. We are going to have a data like this, and you have dates. And let me just turn this to Control-C and Control-V. Controls, paste as value. Okay, so we have this data now, right, guys? So what you are supposed to have is something like this. For each, you can see all this date now. I'm just going to put it like this, and I'm going to have Modupe, right? So I have Modupe, and I have the sales she made. Control-C. This is the correct structure. You understand? Then we have Olajumoke in the same way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? This is how a data should look like. Then we have Joke. Then Control-C. I believe you guys are understanding what I'm trying to show you guys. Are you?
Yeah.
So this is how the structure of the data should look like. So with this one now, you can easily do a lot of analysis, but this one now is not. This one is something that looks like a pivot table. Am I correct? This very first one does not look like a data, it looks like a report. Remember pivot table now, rows and column. Rows, column, values. That's what this one looks like. So that's not what you are supposed to have. So let's move on. We go to, every unique data must have its own column. So every unique data must have its own column. So you should not have, some people are going to have, I think we have it in 31. Let's just go to 31. So in 31 now, can you see now that we have several columns for sales? This is one column for sales. This is another column for sales. No, it is a unique data. It should just be in a single column, not different column. Even this one that I showed you now, that I just left, you can see now there are several columns for what? For sales. It should not be. Sales should just be in one column. If you have discount, it should be in one column. If you have profit, it should be in one column. It is a unique column. It is nothing else. Every unique data must have its own. And the last one, there should be no total or subtotal. So some people are going to have a data. That's why you remember I told you, you separate your data sheets from your what? Report sheets. And from your dashboard sheets. They are separate things. So some people are going to have a data and they are going to put some here. They are not going to put total. They are going to put total here. So tell me, how come a name, the name of somebody is total? Is there a village where they name people total? You're not going to do what equals to. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you are mixing two different things together in a column. It should not be. It is a taboo. Guys, what do I call it? Taboo. So you have committed, what's it called now?
Data offense.
Blunder. So do you guys understand now? So what we now need to do is we want to quickly go to our dirty data samples. So I'm going to do 31 for us, 32 and 33 is going to be an assignment. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
So now, are we good to go?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. This tool in Excel that we want to use to clean data now. There was something I think I have even mentioned it to us. ETL tool. I think I've mentioned it. ETL. Anybody can remember? ETL. ETL tool. Extract. I told you now. Can you guys remember? I think I've mentioned it before.
Yes, you have.
So, and what is the name of that tool? Anybody? Anybody?
I'm just hearing about this for the first time. Maybe I missed that class.
Okay. So the name of the tool is called Power Query. So it is an add-in. It comes with it's an application is on its own that comes with Excel. We also have it in Power BI, right? So it's the same interface, whether Excel or Power BI. So how do you get access to? How do we have access to Power Query? So guys, I want us to do it together. Are you on your laptop?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Mudukwe is on a laptop. Olajumoke, you're on your laptop. Okay.
I'm not.
You're not on your laptop.
Honestly, I'm not.
Why now?
Okay.
What happened?
You want me to be very honest?
Yes, now. I'm not an imam and I'm not a pastor. You know, it's pastor and imam that talk that the Omojo is going to be looking at them.
I'm just listening today.
That's what
I have
I'm
a lot
saying.
of kids.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And I'm not an imam and I'm not a pastor. It's imam and pastor that talk. And the Omojo is going to be doing what?
Let me set my laptop up.
Set your laptop up. Even my own self, I have electricity challenge currently, but I believe it's going to take us for the class. Are you setting up?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Is it on already?
No, the system is booting.
Okay. Kolawole, thanks for joining. Huh?
Boys, please, I don't want noise.
Kolawole. Osigbodi Kolawole.
It's like people are having issues joining with the link. If you
I
go on
checked
the
it, I don't think they have.
I've seen a few chats.
Okay. Well, you are able to join now.
Yes, I don't have issues to join.
Good. Maybe it is the person's Zoom that is having issue, not the link. Okay, I'm using Kolawole. Please let us know if you are here with us. Okay. Are you able to now open your laptop now?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. I got your message, Kolawole. So do you have your laptop with you, Kolawole? I think you should have your dirty data sample with you. So I want you to open it, Kolawole, and join us. I want us to do it together. Are you ready for us, Olajumoke?
Yes, I am.
Oh, excellent. You have the data already. So, guys, on our ribbon, we can see data tab. Can you see data tab? So if you're an old school like me, if you are a new school like me, you are going to see get and transform data. You are going to see this section. Can you see my screen? Get data from test CSV, get and transform data, queries and connection. So everything at this left-hand side is your gateway, is your door to Power Query. For some reasons, I don't know why Microsoft called this thing get and transform data. In a way, it should have been what? Power Query. So when you are getting data, what are you doing? You are extracting data. Yeah. And you can see transform. So the only tool that you can use to do it in Excel is what? Power Query. So why didn't they call it Power Query? They call it get and transform. What you basically want to do is you want to extract and you want to do what? Transform. And we already know what our transform is about, right? So basically, Excel can allow you to connect to more than 100 data sources. So if your data is in text or CSV, you can connect to it. If it is in web, you can connect to it. If it is a table, you guys already know what a table is, right? Yeah. So the range is something that is not a table, basically. Do you understand that? For example, now what I have on my screen currently is a range. When I press Ctrl-T, it's converted to a what? To a table. Basically, these three sources are the most common sources. But we have other sources, which means that if I want to see other sources, I click on Get Data. Guys, I want you to also click on it. I click on Get Data. So let us see what we have. Can you see from file? I can get from an Excel workbook. I can get from a text CSV. I can get from an XML. I can get from a JSON. I can get from a PDF. Do you know what a PDF means? It means that if you have a data in a PDF file, I think I should demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate it for us. If you have a data in a PDF file and you need to work with that data in Excel, You don't need to type it out manually. There is no way you can copy it with Ctrl+C. It will scatter. But with Power Query, you can just connect directly to that PDF. And Zoom, you have everything. We can connect to a SharePoint folder. We can now go to from database. We have several databases. We have Oracle database, SQL Server database, MySQL database, IBM database, and the like. We have Azure. Azure is the Microsoft cloud service. I believe, cloud service. Let me just put it like that, simple. That is what we call Azure. So we have online services, SharePoint, Salesforce, Dynamics 365. We have some other sources also. So guys, these are a lot of data sources, but for one reason or the other, it is what? Text. I mean, it is CSV, Excel file that is common, right? Most of the time you see your data in an Excel file, a CSV file, or a table or range. So in this case now, our data is a table or range. Can you see it now? It's a table or range. We can also decide to make use of it as an what's it called now? As a text, as a Excel workbook. So I want us to use it as a text, as an Excel workbook. So which is also very easy to do. What I'm going to do is this. Let me just confirm my source. Open file location. Okay. Okay, so basically what I want us to do is this. Look up, guys. I go to get data from file from a workbook. So I navigate to the location of that data on my computer now. That is the next thing for me to do. So I think the location is a bit far. Courses. I'm not sure if you guys can see my file, my screen.
You can see it.
You can see it.
The way I'm navigating.
Is there a way you can
Yes.
remove that record, as in, so that it's disturbing my screen? I can't see some things there. The record is blocking them.
I beg your pardon. What is blocking?
That record, as in the position where it is blocking my screen, as in it's blocking the things there.
What about now?
It's still the same.
Okay, just hold on. I'm not exactly sure what you are saying. So I've connected to I've selected my Excel workbook that has this data now. This data that I have opened. So whatever location it is on your, you are welcome, Titilayo.
Thank you.
I told you, it's the tithes you didn't pay. That's why you have difficulty entering. Is that tithes that you didn't pay? You better bring it to me.
Don't worry, I'll bring it when I'm coming for the next class.
Yes, bring it to me. Bring that tithe to me. Let us help you give it to the needy.
I thought you just said you are not a pastor, you're not an imam. So
yes,
why are you
I will
collecting
represent them. I will represent them.
Suddenly, his eyes are always been on that side.
So now it's not because of the love of money. It's because of the love that I want to do good to people in my environment.
Okay, I like the motivation.
Has money she can give.
I hear you.
You want to come in more corner? So you can see now I've connected to what, guys? I've connected to my Power Query, my Excel workbook. So that Excel workbook is now telling me that, oh, you are inside data samples.xlx. Guys, I believe you can still see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's very important. You can see now it's telling me that inside this workbook, you have 4 sheets opened. And if you look at it, true, I have 4 sheets. I have sheets, dirty data 1 sheet, dirty data 2, dirty 3. And I have sheet 1. Can you guys see it? Which is also what is listed here. For this particular case, I want to work on what? Dirty 1, right?
Yes.
If I want to import all of them together, I can. I will just check on select multiple items. But before selecting multiple items, I can click on one first. I'm going to see the preview. Can you see that I have the preview now? It's just giving me a snapshot of my data, right?
Yeah.
Then I can go to 32. It's giving me the snapshot too. I go to 33, it gives me the snapshot. So basically, we are going to work on 31, 2, and 3. But for this class, we are working on 31. So I just select 31 to 3. And I click on, can you see we have load here and we have what? Transform here. So what do I click on? I click on what? Transform. Because we need to clean our data. So if you are just joining us, Philippa, you are welcome.
Good evening. I'm sorry I joined in late.
You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome.
Thank you.
So I believe Olajumoke and Modupe have connected to their data, right? Confirm for me.
Yes.
So I have.
You have what?
Hello, sir.
Yeah?
I have not.
What's the issue?
And I think it's because of the version of Excel I'm using, because mine is showing me get external data.
Yes. You
It's
remember
not
when I
showing
wanted
get
to say it,
data.
I was saying that if you are a new school like me, I didn't know why I forgot. So for old school guys,
You didn't finish it.
yes. For old school guys that are using 2013, I think you are using 2013 version, you are going to see get
2016.
external data.
Okay.
You are going to see get external data here.
Yes, I
So
did.
in that case, you are still going to see from text, from what we just click on get data, then connect to. So if you are just joining us, let me just quickly. I believe you guys are on your computer. Titila, are you on your computer? Joke, are you on your computer?
I'm on my phone today.
I'm in
Oh,
transit.
oh, why now? Silifa, are you on your computer?
No, I'm using my phone.
Oh, what happens now? Why are you not on your computer?
I got stuck in some things, so I couldn't join with my system, and there's no power.
Okay, it's okay. So
Mr. Jimo, did you say we should connect?
Oh, I think I was trying to unmute somebody else, but I've muted the person that wants to ask a question. So please unmute yourself and ask a question.
It's Modupe.
Yeah.
I said, did you ask us to select multiple items?
Yeah, you can select multiple items and check 31, 32, and 33. Make sure you don't click on load. Click on transform.
Okay.
Now we have a new screen.
Sir, please don't forget the version that those of us that are not using new versions like yours, we were going to treat something.
Yeah, everything is going to be the same after this place. Whether new or old version, they have the same features. It's only the name on the Excel interface.
Okay, so how do we navigate to get to the point that you are at?
Okay, I can go back one step. Let me just close this guy, discard. You can see we have get.
I'm sorry, everyone, I'm sorry.
You can see we have get external data on your own, and they have get and transform. Yes. So you are going to see get data, right? Do you have get data?
I don't have get data.
What do you now have? Get
external data. That's
yes,
what
click
I
on
have.
Get external data. Click on that.
I have.
You are going to
I
see
have
from file.
from access, from web, from text, from other sources, existing connections. That's what I have.
Yes, you should click on from, there should be a place you are going to see from workbook that you can select an Excel file.
Should it be existing connections?
Let's check other sources first.
Okay.
What do you have in other sources?
From SQL Server, analysis services, OData, data feed, from XML data import, from data connection wizard, from Microsoft Query.
No. There should be workbook somewhere. There should be an Excel workbook somewhere.
Under existing.
Okay, what is
Under
what?
existing?
Yes.
I see connections in this workbook, connection files on the network, connection files on this computer.
Okay.
There's option for browse for more.
Do you see from the table or range?
I'm seeing it from connections. Let me see tables. No tables found.
What I'm saying is, do you have from table or range on your own?
From table or range?
Yes.
No.
No, you should have. I'm coming, just hold on. That's the
Mr.
issue.
Jimo,
Yes,
connect to
ma'am.
the
What
can
did
she
you say?
connect to the existing connection from this workbook? If she has the dirty sample workbook open.
Again,
Sorry, please.
just
Can you
hold on. I'm one by
okay.
one. From Mudupeya, on your own, you have get external data, which is very correct. But you are going to see from file. I mean, from web, from file.
Yes.
Under from file, the first item there should be from Excel. So connect to Excel because we want to connect to an Excel file.
No, me, I've connected. I'm saying for our own. I heard her say there is existing connection from this workbook. So I'm saying if she's working on the dirty samples workbook, then can't she connect to it from that existing connection option?
Okay, I should try that, right?
No.
Instead of looking for the table or range.
Hello, Mr. Jimo. I don't know if she can share her screen so it will be easy to guide.
Who is having the issue, sir? I'm confused.
Phone,
Okay.
I'm using my phone. But if you don't mind, I can turn the video to it if
no, it will see very, it will be inverted.
It will not really, it will not it won't be clear. Or let me connect to the laptop. Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Just hold on for me. Let me explain to you one more time. You have get external data, right?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Over here. But you are going to see from file. A box, it will have from file. Do you have from file?
Hello.
Hello. Do you have from file?
Yes. No, I don't.
You don't have from file?
Yes.
That is very, very sad. Which version of Excel are you using?
2016.
No. Do you have get?
I'm using 2016 too now.
So I don't even understand it.
Olajumoke, take a screenshot of what you have on your computer, with your phone on your computer, and send it to the group. Okay. Just that top part. That's what I want to see.
Please, can you make a recap? Because I am on the sample data, but I don't know where.
Are you on with your computer?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, you have your data here. So I'm waiting for you, Olajumoke, but while I wait, we have a tool in Excel that allows us to transform our data, that allows us to clean our data. So we said this dirty one is a dirty data. It should look somehow like this data now, like this one. This is a very clean data that you have. We have the 7 good things already. If you don't know them, you need to watch the previous video that we did, or the early part of this class to check that one. So on this dirty one, how do we clean? We don't want to use Excel to clean. We want to use a tool inside Excel, which is called Power Query. Power Query is an ETL tool. It allows us to extract, transform, and load. So basically now we want to extract. When we want to extract, it means we want to get our data. So I now ask us to come to data now, under the data tab. Come to data tab over here. Once you are on your data tab, if you are with new Excel versions like 2016 and the likes, and 19 and Office 365, I'm on Office 365 or Microsoft 365. So I just click on Get Data from File. Can you see from Workbook? If you are using Excel 2013, you are going to see from File. It's not going to be under here. It's going to be as an icon. You are not going to see from Excel. Then you click on from Excel. But in my case now, what am I going to click on? From Workbook. Because the Workbook is an Excel workbook, basically. So basically, I just need to navigate to the location of that file on my what? On my computer. And I click on what? Import. And I click on import. It brings another window up. Let's just hold on for it.
So what I have on my own system is from Access, from Web, from Text.
You are supposed to have from Excel somewhere there.
From Excel. I don't know. I have new query. I don't have from Excel.
Can you do you have from table or range?
Do I have from? No, I don't. I have from table.
You have from table. Excellent. Okay. You should have from which version of Excel are you using?
2016.
Joke, are you on your Zoom? Is it on your computer or on your, what's it called now?
My Zoom is on my phone. I'm using the laptop to practice.
Olajumoke, I'm still waiting for you now. I said you should send the screenshots. I think I got it now. Olajumoke, when you click on from other sources, what do you have? Olajumoke.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I have from SQL Server, from Analysis Services, from old data feed, from XML data imports, from Data Connection Wizard, Microsoft Query.
Are you sure this is Excel 2016?
My brother, even I had to go and check again. No, it is. Oh. Let me read what the account says.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let us.
No. It's a Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2016.
Yeah, Silva, I got your message, but we discuss that later. I mean,
Sir, please just go on. I will work on it and see how I can navigate. Maybe I just have to.
Basically, what I want to show you is that you
okay, wait. Okay.
You want me to wait? I'm waiting.
Yes, I clicked on new query right now. And it's showing me options from file, and I can see from Excel.
Yes, that's what you have to do.
Okay, so instead of going to get external data, I use new query instead.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm so grateful. Everybody, sorry for dragging you back. I'm sorry. I'm grateful for your time.
You're not dragging us back. Some of us are even at back. We are backer.
So Adejoke. What's the issue you are facing?
I think I'm having the same issue, but I'm clicking on show query now, but mine is just telling me.
No. You know you have get external data, right?
I don't have get. Okay, I have get external data.
Beside it, what do you have? At the right-hand side of it.
Right hand side. New query.
Click on new query. What do you have? You know it has a drop down.
Yes.
What do you have?
Coming.
Huh? Just click on new query. What's happening now?
Is disabled. This command is currently disabled.
No.
This command is currently disabled. This command is not available in protected. That's what I was saying.
2016 or 2013?
2016.
It's working. It's meant to work. There's no issue with it. I'm surprised by what you are facing. So, oh, okay. Olajumoke is in now. You don't have anything like from file. Olajumoke.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Adejoke. No response again. Okay.
You said what?
Yeah, you don't have anything like from file.
From file. No, I have from access, from web, from text.
Yeah, if you click, do you have from table?
From table. Yes, under data. Under show queries, I have from table.
Okay, just hold on. I'll get back to it. Just hold on. Follow us. Hold on.
Okay.
Just hold on. So let's just quickly get data from file, from workbook. I'm still going to come back to it very shortly, but I need to show you what we have in Power Query first. Then we 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, be fast. Okay, so we can check on select multiple items. I can decide to import 2 of them or 3 of them as I want. And I need speed now. So let me just do data 1 alone. So I can do the rest later. And we have data 1, we want to work with data 1. So it's going to open the Power Query interface. So one thing that you should first of all know in Power Query is that it records your step. It records each step you are doing. That's number 1. Number 2 is that there's no control C. There's no control Z and control Y. You know, most of the Microsoft tools, once you just do control Z, it takes you back. There's another way you can use to go to your previous step. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So this is my Power Query interface. After clicking on transform data, we can see we have 4 tabs. We have home tab, transform tab. So most of the time you are going to be working on that transform tab. Then we have add column, we have view. We have a lot of things like that. And we have our data 1. You can change the name if you like. And we have all our columns. So basically, at the right-hand side, look up, guys. At the right-hand side, we have something like apply steps. Remember I told you that Power Query records all your steps, which means that I can click on this apply step and go back to each step. So that is the Control Z. You understand what I'm trying to say? Control Z is undo, like take me back to the previous step. And if there is a step that it has done that I don't like, what do? I remove it. For example, Power Query always wants to think it is intelligent. It has done some steps for me, but out of all those steps, there are some steps I don't like change type. I don't like it, so I remove it. I don't want it to do it for me. Promoted headers, I remove it. I don't like it. Thank you. You understand? Now I have my data as it is already, as it is originally. So what I can do now is I can now adjust my data and transform it as I want. So the question now is, what do you...
Pardon me, please. If you want to apply those steps you've removed again.
It has gone. No? We have to do it manually using the Power Query interface, which I want to show you now. I'm going to show you. You understand? It has gone. There is no control Y. You know, control Y is what I deleted. Undo it again. So now we have our column. So basically, you need to actually look at your data carefully and ask yourself, what step can I do to achieve this kind of reports? Because you need to know where you are going. If you look at it very well now, we can see now that we have instead of our regions to be inside a column, they were arranging what? In rows. Can you guys see it? So which means that you need to have a structure of what you want to achieve, which means that I want to have something like region. I want to have my revenue as another column. And I want to have my, what again? Can you see copier cell parts? It's also in rows, which should not be. Because one of the golden rules of data is that each unique data must have its own column, not its own row. It must be in a column. So therefore, we are going to have, I think copier cell is meant to be for, what's the name of the column? Line of business. So let us call it LOB. So LOB, line of business. I think these are the columns. Okay, we have year too, or dates. You understand what I'm trying to say? So this is what we want to achieve in rows, in columns, I mean. Not these several rows that we have, not 18 rows that we have. So what step do you think we can do? I'm not asking you what Power Query step. In English, what do you think we can do? Suggest, and I'm not going to tell you how to achieve it in Power Query. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say?
You can transpose.
Thank you. That's Silifa, right?
Yes.
Silifa, congratulations. Though.
I am 2 points, 2 points, 2 points to my group, please.
You know what? You did not even ask why I said congratulations. Calm down now. Calm down. You don't know where maybe I want to collect something from you.
Because of our speaker. Because of our speaker.
Because of your speaker.
I've said it already. I said I'm joining through my phone today. I did not use my laptop.
Whatever. We are sure able to hear you. Congratulations. You give away to all the members of the class.
2 points, 4 points of my group.
You give away for members of the class. So Silifa said we should do what? Transpose. So basically, we just need to ask ourselves, what do I need to do transpose? To come to transform. Can you see now there is something called transpose? Transpose is just going to, you know when you have a table, I have to say it. You take everything in the column to the rows and everything in the row to the what? To the column. Something like that. So we just click on transpose. And can you see now that the applied step, it has applied that step in our right-hand side. But it doesn't look like what we want to do. Does it? We still have several rows. So let's delete that step. Maybe Silifa is a bit ahead of us. I'm not sure. Let us try to use first row as headers. Can you see not central? Because all this column 1, column 2, column 3 is not useful for us. What I'm trying to say is if I transpose again, can you see that I still have column 1, column 2 as what? As rows. As columns, I mean, which is not useful. It's not communicating anything for us. So we can still use first row as headers. And let's try Silifa's approach again. We don't want this change type. Let's remove it for now. And we do transpose.
Wait, excuse me, sir. What did you remove?
I'm trying to show you that. What I'm trying to show, look, this is what we have. Silifa said we should do transpose.
Yes.
You understand? And that's it. We have transpose now. I'm not trying to show you again that when you apply transpose, you can also decide to remove that step if it is not the correct step. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So now, in this, let's even continue with Silver's approach. Transpose table. We have transpose, we have not central, we have things like that. But you can see now, this column 1, column 2 is not communicating anything for us. What do you think we can do? Can you see that this column now, we have not central, we have LOB now. We now have our what? 2000, 2001, 2004,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So which means that we still need to do something that we turn all these 2000, 2001 to rows, to columns. I mean,
Column.
Yeah.
But remember, we don't want it to. We want these first 2 columns to be fixed. So what we can do it first is that we can say that we just want to try. Let us use first row as headers. We promoted the headers. Can you now see that we have our 2001, 2001, 2003 as column headers? The same way some of us do it in our Excel. This thing looks like a pivot table. If you look at it very well, is it not? Remember, in pivot table, we are going to have rows, columns. It's not going to put it in categories, and we are going to have values. So there is something called unpivot. Unpivot is the inverse of pivoting. So what I want to do is I want to select these 2 columns, and I'm going to say that unpivot other columns. Just hold on for me. Sorry. I select the first 2 columns again. Where are you? The first 2 columns. After doing that, I right click. Can you see on pivot other columns? I click on it. Can you see what happened?
Yes.
But it still doesn't look like what I want.
We are getting there.
We are getting there. It wants to look at it like it. And again, at the same time, it doesn't want to look like it. So what do you guys think of? Remember, we can always go back. It wants to look like everything is okay. Like this is our region column, this is our LOB, this is our year, and this is our revenue. But the problem is this null. Look at what is happening now. If I scroll down now, null. Can you see that I have null to notice? What is most likely is that everything that is null here is for north central. Then I have noticed.
Yes.
Everything that is after this place is noticed. Everything in here, northwest, and things like that. So what do you think I can do to make all this null be replaced by what I have just above it? Do you guys get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Because if you go back to the previous step, you are going to understand. When you go back to the previous step, remember, look at north central. Can you see that this null that I have here is meant to be what? Null, null, null. Is meant to be what? Not central. Then after row 5, null, null, null is meant to be northeast. After northwest, null, null, null is meant to be northwest. So there is something I can do to solve the problem. I can do it after this step, after unpivoting, or I can do it before unpivoting. What I can do is this. Under my transform tab, I have something called fill, F-I-L-L. Look up, guys. Can you see fill?
Yes.
I click on it, and I'm going to do fill down on that column. You know, I'm on that particular column. I've selected that column already. Where are you?
Okay, we select the column first.
Yes.
Okay.
Taking.
Fill down.
Can you see that it has filled it down?
Yes.
Okay.
After doing that, I can now do what? On pivots.
Pivot.
On pivots, other columns. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Again, remember I told you when you are transforming data, there is no syllabus. Some other people can decide to not do fill down.
So you must please. When unpivoting, when you want to unpivot the columns, what is there a specific rule on the column you should select and the one you should unpivot?
It depends on what you want to achieve. If you look at it again, look at it. You need to observe your data very well. Very well.
Okay.
Can you see now that these two columns, like some categories? Then we now have 2000, 2001 as rows.
Okay.
Representing values for North Central and copier safe for 2000. Then when I come here, it's represent value for what? 2001, North Central and copier safe. So in that case, it means I'm going to select these two. If I don't have this column at all, or let's assume, or let's assume I just have another column theory that has something like model, you understand, or manager's name. Then I'm going to select all those three columns that are together. That looks okay. And on pivot other column, when I on pivot other column, it's going to do the step I did here. Remember when I was explaining something here? Where is it? Oh, I think I explained it today now. I was explaining something for you guys. How can I go back there? It doesn't allow me. Serious. It doesn't allow me.
When you were trying to explain the field?
No. It was just that I listed. It was just at the beginning of the class that I listed your names, Modukpe Jumoke. Then I copied the rest, copy it again, but it's okay. Let's just continue. So that's the basic rule. You just need to observe your data very depending on what you have. That's what's going to determine what you are going to unpivot.
Okay, thank you.
So you unpivot like that, and it turns all this 2000 and 2001 and put all the values for 2000 and 2001. So like I said, we have unpivoted now and everything looks okay. But some people might decide not to do fill down first. So I'm trying to do like those people. They don't know they ought to fill down first. So if they don't do it, can you see that after row 8, I have null, then till what? Row 44. That is a fill down that I thought they ought to have done. That's why it's not null. Then I have noticed. Can you see now? So which means that you can still decide to do your fill down from here and you are still going to be fine. Do you get that? So there is no syllabus that you have to do something first. The most important thing is you get to where you are going. Then you can rename your column names, region. Can you see how I'm renaming? Just double click on it, LOB. And you can call this year. And you can call this revenue. And after doing that, you can change the text. You want to change the data type. Can you see now that beside region, you have ABC123. Click on that ABC123. Can you see now we want to change the data type to what? This is going to be a text. That is method 1 of changing data type. Method 2 of changing data type for LOB is going to be text 2. I'm going to come to home. And can you see data type? Any. That's what ABC123 means. So I want to change it to what? Text again. I'm going to leave my year as a text because a year is meant to be a text. We can't aggregate a year. It doesn't pass any information. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. A year is just like when you have customer ID. You are not changing it to a number data type. It's not supposed to be. Customer ID is supposed to be a text because you cannot aggregate it. You cannot add it. Phone number. when you're working with a kind of data like that, leave the data type as text. You cannot aggregate it. It doesn't pass any information, does it?
Nope.
Yeah. So revenue is going to be what data type? Anybody?
Revenue should be number.
So you can just change it to own number. So you can see that everything is fine now.
Yeah.
Our data looks clean now. It has adhered to all the 7 golden rules of data. So after doing that, my top left corner, in my top left corner, look up, I'm going to have close and load. I click on it. Can you see close and load first? And close and load to, please click on close and load to, not close and load. So now we want to load to a table. You can load to a new worksheet. So I want to load to a what? To a table. I want it to be a table. I can load it to, I can create a connection, but a pivot table report. Let us just load it to a what? So what this one means is that, you know, we have finished cleaning our data. If you want to create a pivot table out of your clean data, you just load to a what? Pivot table report. It's going to create a what? A pivot table automatically. Do you understand? And you can select your fields. But remember, we can always do that after. So let us just load to what? A table. And 1, 2, 3, go. Show me what you have. And we have everything now. Can you see now? This is a table. Everything looks fine. This table now, I can decide to rename it to whatever I want and what? And create a pivot table. And I can now edit my query. Let's assume something happens. You notice that, oh, I made a mistake. I did not do something very well there. You can decide to do what? To edit it, and you just come here. You can come to, can you see my right-hand side? We have queries and connection, and you click on edit. It's going to open the what? Power Query interface again. That is method 1. Method 2 is that method 2 is that you are going to
Let's go over method 1 again.
Method 2 is that I can hear you. Method 2 is that noted. Method 2 is that you are going to come to query and you are going to click on edit. Can you see it, guys? You come to query first and you come to what? Edit. And it's going to take you to what? Power Query editor. So I was trying to tell you something. I think it's over here. Can you guys remember what I was, when I did this one? Can you guys remember when I was explaining this? Modupe, Olajumoke?
Yes.
You know, this data we have here
Yes, sir.
is almost the same thing as what we have here. The only difference is that I was on pivoting manually with Excel. So in this case now, let's assume this is what you have in Power Query. You are only going to unpivot this column, so that it is going to arrange it like this. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
That was what I was trying to show you the other time. That's number 1. Number 2 is that look up, guys. Look up. This is our dirty one now. Okay, this is the new data. Let's just call this guy clean data 1. We can rename the worksheet the clean data 1. Okay, I can come back to my 31 and I can decide to use that because some of us are having difficulty. because some of us are having difficulty seeing it as seen from Excel workbook. So if you're having difficulty seeing from Excel workbook, you open your file first. Remember, Adejoka, I said I'm going to come back to you. Are you still here? So I select everything. I convert it to a table. You understand? I convert it to a table. Control T. I don't even need to select. I'm doing like a bush guy now. Control T. Then I click on OK. So this is my data as a table now, right? What do I do next? It's a table now. And the name of the table is table 2. Let us just call it dirty table 1. So I'm now going to come to my data and click on from table. I believe you all are from table, right? Guys, answer me. I click on from table.
Yes.
After clicking from table, it sees that table automatically because I'm on it. So can you see now the same data? And you can start cleaning as you want.
Okay.
Do you understand? I'm not going to do it again. You just need to
Ah,
make
why
some.
now?
It's not. You just need to make some simple adjustment, and that's all. I don't need to do it again. It's almost the same thing now.
It brought out the raw data
Yes.
before.
You know.
Okay, I see.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yes.
You can use several approaches to get to where you are going. You can use from workbook. You can use from table or range.
From table.
You understand?
Yes.
So if you are using new Excel, like my own, or 2019, you are going to see orange, which means that when you have orange, you don't even need to convert to a table at all. You understand? Let me convert back to a range. Okay. You can see now this thing that I have currently is not a table. It's just a normal. You understand? This is what I have. This is a range. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to select everything first. I've selected it and I'm going to come to data and click on what? From table or range. Can you see now that it's asking me the cell address, which is correct? And it's just going to do everything itself. Do you get it? And you can start cleaning.
Hello, Mr. Njuma.
Yeah?
After converting mine to table, and I went to data, it says the queries in this workbook might be incompatible with your current version of Excel. These queries were authored with a newer version of Excel or Power Query and might not work in your current version.
What are you clicking on? Sorry.
That, from data, after converting to a table.
So it was able to convert to table successfully, right? Were you able to convert to a table successfully? Adejoke?
Yes, I was able to convert to a table.
The problem was when you clicked on from table.
From table.
Yes, just click on OK, or ignore or something. I don't know. You should bring out, and it's going to take you to Power Query.
I think it's my system. My system is, I don't know. I'll go over it.
Although there is one thing that one of you suggested for me, which is okay. You can decide to use a trial version, but there are a lot of features in Office 365. But you can still see those features with your normal Excel that you have. So I don't really think it's an issue of Office 365 or not. It's not the issues you are facing is not whether you are using Office 365 or is it 2016 or 2019. It's just some simple issues that we can fix. You understand? But if you guys love to use Office 365, you can decide to, there's a trial version that you can use, but it's just basically for 3 months and it expires. You have to pay, but you can pay between like 2,000 to 5, I can't remember, per month, or you pay yearly, which is around, I remember it's not up to 20,000 or 20 something. So that's for a personal account. If you want to have a group account, let's assume 5 of us want to buy it together. It's around 35,000 for 5 people. So 5 people can be using the same, can install it. But if you buy a single one, just one person is going to install. So it's just a suggestion for us. Because if you eventually go and download the trial version after 90 days, you have to pay, or you go back to your, that one that you always take this, can go and meet one man that will help you install. So you understand? So you have to go back to it. But I'm not really sure of what to recommend. It all depends on what we want. But I've told you what exists and what you can achieve. So that's 31. If I want to clean 32, I can decide to go through the same process. But before going forward, I want to show us something. This 31, let's assume something happens to it. What is that thing that could have happened? This 31 now. What may have happened is that a new data was added. And when they wanted to write parts, the data entry people, they wrote PART. For some of those data, but not all. You understand?
Yes.
What all? How are you going to resolve it with Power Query is the question. Because once this data gets to Power Query now, let us take it to Power Query. Okay. Data, we have the data like that. You know, this is our result of clean data. This is 31, and this is the result of the clean one. The moment I try to refresh, I come to query, and I come to refresh. You will see what is going to happen now. That is why Power Query is good. It's not VBA. Refresh. What's happening? I think we connected to 31, right? Control. I just want to show you something. Or should I just do it again? Okay, let's just quickly do it, but it should reflect. So you come to Power Query, just go down. We're in our Power Query now. And this 31. And where are you? Refresh, preview. Let's be refresh all from here. Yes, I have it. Can you see part now? And if you want to confirm, can you see that I have part and parts? So I want to resolve this issue because as analysts, you already know that they are trying to type the same thing, not different things. So you need to also resolve the what? That discrepancy. You need to resolve that discrepancy. Can you even see that something else has happened to our data? and I know what has happened. Because we converted to, where is it? So this guy, you know, is a table here. And what we were using to work with that data was not a table. So it's just some simple adjustments you have to do. So let me just take it back. 31, Control Y, Control Y, Control Y. Okay, let's just come to, is it a table or not? We don't want to use it as a table, convert to range. If you want to convert to normal range, this is not what I want. I wish I can go back to it. But Mr. Man seems not to be allowing me. But basically, when you come here, what I want to show you is very direct. Let me just come to query again, come to edit. You can just decide to want to answer me 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we have it. We can just do something like this. Part and part, you can replace. You can do, where is it? Replace values. And click on replace values, just like you do replace and find in Excel. So now, you know, we've selected this column and bring something out for me. We are now going to ask you to find part, P-A-R-T, and replace it with what? P-A-R-T-S. Do you understand?
Yes.
And click on OK. That's just what I want to show you. So basically, there are actually a lot of things we can do in Power Query. You have only seen a tip of the iceberg today. Just a very tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of things. It looks just, I'll show you this one thing that we are seeing. So you remember I told you what we did in text to column in one of our classes, that we can use Power Query for it. All this obasojo.gmail.com. Can you guys remember that class?
Yes.
Yeah. So we can also use Power Query. You can use, instead of using VLOOKUP, you can use Power Query. So I'm still going to show us some of these things in some of our classes. So Power Query is you can be a Power Query guru on your own. You understand? So that's Power Query. That's just about Power Query for now. So I think I'll be able to solve the issue now. In case, basically you have to sit. You still have issue with saying that from Excel or from Workbook, please private chat me. I can just have a 5 or 10 minute session with you and show you where you can share your screen. Do you understand? So, but you have to be on your laptop so that you can share your screen with me. So just private chat me, I can show you. But nevertheless, you can always connect. Oh, I want to show you something I forgot from PDF. So that's just going to be let me just open a data for you guys, and I think it's an interesting example to see. Don't mind me. I'm not the one that should say it's interesting, but I think it's interesting. I thought I used to have a PDF that has some data. COVID. Where's COVID data? COVID data.
So you're the one that keeps all the COVID record, Abby?
I was trying to do one project for, you know, there's this meme on WhatsApp. He sees the urge to shalaye. I actually want to resist the urge to shalaye, but I think I'm going to resist. I'm on resist. You understand, Silifa? So
you indulge the urge to shalaye.
Yes, don't mind me. You know, I did do English in secondary school, so I'm indulging the urge to shalaye. So you guys should see I was doing a project on COVID data for Nigeria. So unfortunately, NCDC, what do they call themselves? They are storing our data for the whole Nigeria to see inside PDF, which is very wrong. They didn't have anybody to tell them. because the result is that it makes it difficult for researchers to work on analysis of that data. So researchers like data analysts, like people we call public health analysts. Because imagine, so for each day, there is a PDF where the data is. They ought to have another place where people can go to download that data. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So basically, this is what they have. You can see they failed many of the rules of data that we mentioned.
Yes.
It has several headings. You see now. Although this is a report anyway, but if you want to use it as a data, you already know that you are not going to have total. You are not going to have, this is a report, I'm sorry. You understand? This is a report. It's a daily report. It's not a raw data. But we now want to take several reports now and convert it to a what? A data. And it must adhere to some of these rules. So what we are going to do now is, with our Excel, is that I'm going to just open a new Excel file. And let me just share my screen. I believe you are seeing my PDF already now.
Yes.
So it was just very tedious. It was quite tedious for me when I was doing that project. It was last year. But because I had to download all the data one by day by day. So I come to data. I believe you can see my screen now.
Yes.
So I come to data. I come to get data from file, from PDF. So I'm going to navigate to the location, downloads. I have COVID data somewhere. Tilifa, we are going to fight one day. You don't know anything.
What did I do now? I didn't do anything.
I'm watching you like this.
In 3D.
I'm watching you like this. You know, there is one video like Fire Show. He said, I'm like a bat. I'm just watching you like this. You know that video, have you?
I've seen it.
So that's the way I'm watching you. You want to be sharing my yeye in front of everybody.
What did you do?
I don't know.
She's
I only
innocent.
asked if he's the one keeping COVID records. It was a question now.
Go work for them now. So can you see now that it has analyzed? Can you see this navigator, guys? It has analyzed all this PDF that we have. It was able to discover that we have where is it again? That we have 5 pages, we have 3 tables inside, and we can decide to preview. So table 1, can you see table 1 now? Table 2, let's check table 2 if table 2 is what we want. It's not what we want. Table 3, is it what we want or not? Yes, it is. So I can now select table 3 alone because that's my interest in that PDF. And I click on what? Transform data.
Transform data.
Me that was doing research, some people are talking about money. It's research now, it's not, it could jawo. So you can see now.
One day to bring money.
Some people are talking about money.
One day to bring money.
So you can see now, it was for research purpose. So can you see now this is the data now? You can now decide to do all the abacadabra you want. You understand? You can remove this row if you want. You can do a lot of things. You can remove this total column. You don't want it. We can just do something like this. Just uncheck total. We don't want total. You understand? We don't want states. And okay, so, but remember, this data now is just for one day.
Yeah.
We now need to repeat the step. We need to find a way to do it for all the days since COVID has started in Nigeria. It's not very efficient. And you know Nigeria now, you send message to them, and we were able to get in touch with some of their staff that I beg now, send us where you are keeping this data in Excel. No reply. But for other countries, you can see it easily. So that's just Nigeria now. You understand what I'm trying to say? So this is just an example. So if you have a work your boss has given you, it's inside PDF, and they need to make use of that data for something else. Maybe you want to do some analysis. It's very possible some companies report their financial statements, for example, in Excel, in PDF. You won't see it in Excel. So you have it in PDF. You have several companies, maybe you want to compare them together. You can just connect.
Mr. Jimo, sorry to cut you. Reports that are in PDF, is it still also possible for you to update it?
Update in what sense?
Like the way you did that Excel when there was a change.
PDF, it's in PDF
you
now.
Can't have it.
You have to change you have to create a new PDF. I mean.
Okay.
But you can do it for Word.
Okay.
You can do it for Word. You need to come to my class for Word to know that. So you can do it for Word. You can update it for Word or PowerPoint.
Okay. All right.
You know, PDF is not an editable data source. That is why. So this is for PDF. So the final example I want to show is for, let me share my screen. I hope I'm not bombarding you guys. So let's say what population? What population? Are you seeing my screen already? Okay, I'm going to come to whatpopulationreview.com. So you don't need to do some. I know a lot of us, I think it's going to be useful for some of us, a number of us. So, can you see this data now? You need it to be in Excel. How do you do it? Without manual labor. Although this website, they are very good. They give you ability to download from CSV. But let's assume we don't have it. We don't have this data. We don't have from CSV. You know, this is just an example. A lot of people will not put this guy there. So what I'm going to do is, I copy this URL. I go back to my Excel. I think I stopped sharing Excel screen. Let me open it again. Book 2, discard. So can you see my Excel screen now?
Yes.
So guys, we might need to round up very quickly. We have, my battery is, okay, I think it can contain, but I just need to let you know. So we have from web. We click from web. Can you see where I'm clicking from web?
Yes.
So, and I click on, I just paste the web page there, and I click on OK. You know, it's asking for URL, but you need to be online basically. So this data is, and it requires anonymous access. Like some websites, you need to have a login to be able to access it, but it's not the case for this data. So then I connect to that web page. Basically in Power Query, you are not bringing your data inside. You are creating a connection. So once that thing changes, whatever you are doing to it can update, you can just refresh it.
Refresh it.
Yeah. So it's trying to create a connection. Let us see what it's going to bring out for us. You have to be online anyway, but I don't think there's any issue with being online. So you can see we have our navigator window. So it's trying to analyze it that, okay, how many tables, how many pages, things like that. Okay, don't disappoint me. Don't shame my yaya in front of them. Okay, especially Silver. Okay, so I have table 1. I have to preview it. Yes. So is okay. You can see now. I think that's what we want. Can you see table 1 is what we want? That's just a preview. We can check other tables too, in case we need it. In case it is useful for us. So it's very possible I need other tables. I just check select multiple items, table 1, table 2. Can you see that is an efficient way to work? Let us check what we have in table 3, if it is going to be useful for us. Yes, it's going to be useful for us. Except that we are not sure what this is for. Okay, maybe it's just the word population growth rate. So let us check it. We assume we need it. Okay, let's leave it like that and transform data. Can you see that Power Query is a very good, what's it called now?
So by selecting multiple, to now merge all the tables.
No, it will merge. It will create a special query for each of them. We are going to, I'm going to show you sometimes later how to merge and append. We have merge, we have append. So we have all this data now. You are the one that will tell it whether you want to merge or not. Can you see the data now? Live and direct, without disturbing yourself. Can you see now? Table 1, table 2. So you can rename the tables. You can rename this one to country population list. Table 1. You understand what I'm trying to say? So country list or country population or country, what should we call it? Borrow me English now. No, I didn't do English in secondary school. Country population, okay.
World population.
Yes, by country or something. So something like this. So we come here, table 2. This looks like growth rate alone for all by year. You can see this looks like growth rates. What growth rate, something like that. So, and that's all. You can see now that is an efficient way to work. Isn't it?
Yes.
So, and you can load individually. You understand? Like everything we do on, this is a query. Country population is a query. Growth rate is another query on its own. Table 3 is another query on its own. So you have to clean or transform it separately. When you are done, you can just do what? Close and load to. You understand? And you are fine. So that is going to conclude today's class. I'm going to join because my system is actually on 18%. It may still be able to take us for the rest of the class, but I don't want to. Let me join on mobile too, so that I won't disappoint my village people. Some people are praying I disappoint them. I know them. They are laughing. I won't mention their names. So that's about today's class. So thank you guys for joining. So you are going to do assignments. Your assignment is 31 and 32. I've done 31 for you. Look at 32. There is nothing new you want to do in 32 that I have not talked about today.
Okay, sir.
I need to do something. Questions? Question, guys. No question. Okay.
Maybe as we work on it, we'll come to the group to say what the problem is, if there is
Let
any.
me quickly show you something. Look at this data now. Don't mind me. I believe you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Area and density. If you want to work with this thing, remember you want to do analysis. Excel or any analysis tool can never see this thing as a number. You need to remove all the units. You don't need it. How do you remove all this per kilometer square? Is the question. In Power Query. So what I just need to do is I come to transform. Can you see that I have extract and I have split column? You can use either of them. Let us go to extract first. Can you see that I have extract? First characters, that's like, what's this function in Excel? We have mid, we have
Right.
Yeah.
No. I think right, left, and then
yes, thank you.
mid.
Left and mid. Can you remember now? You know,
Yes.
This looks like something that wants to do mid for us automatically. Or left for us.
Yes.
This one now, we need the numbers before what? Before delimiter. There's a delimiter, which is that slash.
Okay.
So you can see Power Query is just big. You understand what I mean when I say it's big?
Yes.
What are you saying?
I'm telling you.
So you have slash now. Delimiter is slash, and you click on OK. Magic happens. That's been very recent for us.
Wow.
You get the gist.
Yeah.
So sometimes the delimiter can be something. So in this case now, you cannot convert it to what's next? A whole number. Because you need to use it for analysis. And your analysis tool, we never see that thing as a number. Now we can convert to a number. All this word percent, we don't need it to be, we don't need this percent. So we need to do something to it. You understand? You can do extracts. We can do, sometimes it is text between delimiter. Maybe there is some dirty things at the beginning. What you need is just between two things. You just need to think and think that how do I achieve this thing? No. You get the gist.
Yeah.
So we cannot see examples for all the functionalities, but it is important to know that there's something like extract, that when you need length, you can do it. It is case by case study. When you need after delimiter, you can see it. You already know what after delimiter means, which is that after a particular thing is that thing you need. For this area now, if you check area now, you can see that what we want to do in this case, let's assume we need the units. You can do split column, and you can split by delimiter. You can split by position, by lowercase, uppercase. You can separate digits from non-digits. But in this case, what do we want to do? By delimiter. Delimiter is going to be what? Anybody? Can you see we have, if the delimiter is occurring several times, I think it's just occurring once. We can just do, so the delimiter is going to be what? Space. Because you have a space. But let's assume there is no space. What are you going to do? You are going to come to custom and just type K. You get the gist. You know, sometimes some people will not put a space.
Okay.
You get the gist.
Yes.
And you click on OK. I want to try to use K and see what is going to happen. Can you see now what happens? So it's just an hypothetical scenario for us to see what we are doing. You get the gist. So it has separated into two columns. So that's if you need this column. If you don't need this column, what do? You remove. And I see that it is recording the step. And I can go back to a particular step that I want.
Mr. Jimo.
Yes, ma'am.
So
yes,
I use find and replace a lot. where you had that first example of the density, where you remove the kilometer square.
Yes.
Can't I go to the replace option?
Yes, you can go to replace option. This is it.
So you
Just
replace.
go down. We are going to do it very, very soon now.
Okay.
Split column. You can do it, but it's not. You have a better thing to use.
Yes, I know. I'm just trying to make that work.
Let's just quickly do it. Oh, something's fighting with me. Okay, we come here. We come to replace values. You can see that I've selected my column already.
Yes.
So basically, anytime I'm just now going to put space,
Yes,
kilometer,
before the kilometer
find a
square.
way to put. How do we put square now? I don't know.
Can copy the.
Okay, we can copy it from here.
Yes.
So we've copied it now, and we just replace values again. So we replace it with nothing. Control V.
Yes.
And
yes.
okay. Voila, we're happy. You can see now, you know, when I was introducing Parkway, I said there is no syllabus for this is how you must do something. There can be 3 ways you can use to do it. In fact, there is always 2 ways to do it. Anything you want to do in Parkway, no matter what that thing is. I don't want to know what it is. The second way is using M code. What do I call it, guys? M code. You are going to be a programmer. There are some things you don't have way to do it except M code. So you are going to write a code for it inside Power Query. Because everything we are doing now, it is writing code for it in background. Do you want to see the code? I come to view, I come to advanced editor. And this is the code that is being written in background. So they are very rare, but when you have some work, depending on the kind of dirty data you are working with, then you are going to write M code. So there is always the M code, and there is always everything on the toolbar now. There is an M code equivalent for it. You get what I'm trying to say? But even everything you have on the toolbar, there are more than a way you can use to achieve whatever you want to achieve. There could be. So there is no one strict way. The most important thing is, this is what I want to achieve. How do I get there? That's all.
These codes, they are formulas, Abi. Like when you enter the normal formula.
Yes, they are like formulas, but they are it's like programming. So let me just can you see my screen?
Yes.
So you can just
Sorry, one more question. This Power Query, is it like Power BI?
Power Query is not Power BI. Power Query is part of Excel. It is also part of Power BI. Everything we have been doing since morning, we can also do it in Power BI. It has a Power Query that comes with it.
Okay.
You get the gist?
Yes.
Yeah, it has the Power Query that comes with it. It comes with Excel, it comes with Power BI too. Because in Power BI, when we want to do our visualization, we have our data, we need to clean most of the time. With Power BI, you can connect to more data sources than what? Than Excel, the Power Query in Power BI. So, and I mean, it's just very super cool. And Power BI is very okay. You have, it's update every month, and you have access to the free version. So we can do almost everything you want to do, except some very basic things. So this is just M code. You can, for now, it may not be useful for us. We are just starting to learn. So, but we can always make use of Professor Google whenever we have a problem, or you talk with me. If it's what I know, I'll tell you. If it's what I don't know, maybe I'll go and check in Professor Google. You understand? But most of the time, everything you want to do, you can always do in Power Query. You can always do it without codes. So that's that about that. My system is on. Anyway, our class should almost be over now, 2 minutes. But question. Question. No question. Question, guys. Okay, in the absence of any question, we are going to end the class. All
right, thank you, Mr. John. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.